Hey everyone, my name is Wedge. Eldritch Moon preview season is right around the corner, and while we have already seen a few sweet cards, there's obviously a lot more coming. So before we get to any of that, we need to talk about what needs to be printed in the set. Shadows over Innistrad was a pretty nice set, but Eldritch Moon has some holes to fill in. Let's talk about the cards we need the most in the set. Also, keep in mind, everything on this list is an echo of what all of you are asking for. I've combed the internet gathering information on what players want the most. This is basically a summary of all of that. Hope you enjoy this video, and if you do, remember to hit that like button. Helps out a lot. Top 10 cards we need the most. Let's begin with number 10. This isn't one card specifically, but more of a theme. We need more spirit support. Rattle Chains was a signal if I've ever seen one. This little spirit flashes in and grants hexproof to another spirit. That's sweet. Now let's get some spirits to actually support. Topplegeist is cool, On Offense is nice, even Bygone Bishop has real value, along with Spectral Shepherd. The problem is that there isn't any payoff. There's nothing that makes playing spirits awesome. In original Innistrad, we had the Drogskull Captain, Lingering Souls, and Midnight Haunting. We need more spirits, seriously. There's a huge lack of spirits thus far. I don't like it. Coming in at number 9 is a simple request, one that won't take a long time to explain. We need a new Tamiyo. She's on the plane, she's in the story, we need her. Look at the current standard environment right now. New Jace is not very good because blue isn't very good. Baby Jace is rotating out in a few months, Kiora isn't doing much of anything right now, and barely anyone remembers Sarkhan even exists. Blue walkers are not doing well. We need a new Tamiyo, when that brings with it some reason to play blue beyond just playing Jace Vryn's Prodigy and Reflector Mage. New Tamiyo would be the first step in making blue playable again as a primary color. It really needs the help. More on this later in the video. Number 8 is another general need, vampire support. Now, of all the tribes in Shadows over Innistrad that aren't humans, vampires come the closest to being competitive. The deck is so very close to being taken seriously. It can win FNMs, it can perform decently well at day 1 of a Grand Prix, but it doesn't have the innate value or staying power these other decks have. There's a problem when the humans deck just outraces vampires, so vampires need help. But where to help? The problem is that human decks have everything. Fast creatures, resilient creatures, solid removal, and ways to make all your creatures dangerous quickly. Vampires need the same thing. We need another Vampire Lord, one that doesn't take a million hoops to jump through, and one that's affordable. Indulgent Aristocrat is not good. Conditional cards like Stensia Masquerade are mediocre at best and constructed. We need something solid. Bring back a card like Captivating Vampire. Thalia's Lieutenant is broken. Vampires need a level playing field, or more reliable removal, or better madness enablers. They need a little help, you get it. If a Lord is out of the question, then some kind of crazy Wheel of Fortune effect. See Reforge the Soul. Just go from there. Moving right along, number 7 will hopefully solve a few problems. We need either Innocent Blood or Tragic Slip or something similar. Ultimate Price is rotating out of standard soon, but even if it wasn't, cheap removal like this isn't as common as it used to be. Look at the top 8 results from recent tournaments. There is too much value in these creature-based strategies, especially in a world where tokens are a thing. I think you can safely print Innocent Blood. It's a great card that helps slower decks maintain some semblance of an even board state. I also don't think it's fair that decks are forced to play Grasp of Darkness for effective removal. Double black? Come on. I think the format would be okay with Tragic Slip and Innocent Blood. Both fun cards and both effective. It's just a thought. Number 6 is definitely something a lot of you have been asking for, and I totally agree. We need Moon Mist for werewolves. Another tribe that hasn't been able to see the light of day thanks to humans, werewolves can do something legitimate with a few more support cards. The creatures themselves aren't even that bad. I think a few of them are a bit slow and we may need a couple faster werewolves, but with powerhouse creatures like Kessig Forgemaster, Breakneck Rider, and the newly spoiled Ulrich, I think Moon Mist would be a fair addition to the deck that could help push it into the competitive light. Again, that plus, a few faster werewolves. We need more haste on these things. Alright, cracking the top 5 is the need for an effective blue counterspell. I know I'm a broken record when it comes to this, but you can see it in standard right now. Blue is actual trash garbage. It's nowhere to be seen in its true form, control. It supports aggro decks with the likes of Eldrazi Sky Spawner and Reflector Mage, but come on, that's barely blue. Control decks are being kept down. Even if they weren't, blue control decks are so anemic it doesn't even make sense. We need a new Tamiyo, yes, We also need a new counterspell, something dynamic, something that draws people to play blue again. Scattered to the Winds is clearly not performing well enough. Void Shatter only makes the cut because there's nothing better, and Clash of Wills is really the only bright spot in a dark, counterless world. And what happens when that rotates in a few months? How about something that combats these creature-heavy strategies? Take Bone to Ash, remove the cantrip, add a clause like counter target creature spell unless its controller pays 2, then cut the cost in half or something. Still terrible compared to Mana League, but at least it's something a blue deck can do before turn 14. I cannot stress enough how bad it is to be a blue player right now. It hurts a lot. Number 4, zombies. We need so many zombies. There isn't a tribe that needs more help than the zombies. Here's the problem. The high end of the curve is great. It's amazing. It has everything the tribe needs to be successful. Prized Amalgam, Risen Executioner, Diagraph Colossus even. There is support there. Want to know where there's no support? The low end of the creature curve. There's Relentless Dead, and that's it. There's nothing else. Everything else is terrible. There isn't one other solid 1 or 2 drop zombie in all of Standard that could save this tribe right now. Where's the Diagraph Ghoul, Gravecrawler, anything? The deck needs at least 2 playable cheap zombies, possibly a third. Actually, yeah, definitely a third. Eldritch Moon needs to help zombies, a lot. Because right now, there's a ton of wasted potential there. It's real frustrating watching Risen Executioner stand on the sidelines while humans win the day. It's the injustice. Top 3. These are definitely the most needed cards in Eldritch Moon right now, at least based on your outcry. Number 3, an effective blue draw spell. In the past decade in Standard, we've had cards like Preordained, Ponder, Gitaxian Probe, Sphinx's Revelation, Treasure Cruise, Dig Through Time. Most of the time, there's always at least one good blue cantrip, something from blue to count on. Now, Anticipate. That's what blue is left with in the card draw department. Come on. Now I know you're probably like, why are you so sad about blue? I hate blue. Blue's the worst color. Stop. All colors should be played. That's the best part of Magic. Every color of mana fighting its own fight. Blue isn't fighting at all right now. Once Baby Jace rotates out, what's left in blue? Seriously, what's the point? We need something badly. Number 2 isn't a specific card, but a mechanic. Actually, 2 mechanics, Madness and Delirium. Madness is one of the coolest mechanics ever made by Wizards. Look at Original Torment. Circular Logic was a premier Madness card. Huge payoff, synergized with its own mechanic. Wild Mongrel, great enabler, deep analysis, amazing payoff once in the graveyard. You see where I'm going with this? Madness and Delirium could both be fantastic mechanics in the set. We just need more oomph to their cards. We need something truly game-changing, worthy of creating a deck around it. Don't get me wrong, Lightning Axe and Fiery Temper are both great cards, but they aren't enough to carry an entire mechanic. We just really need more. Finally made it to the end of the list. Number 1. What do we need in Eldritch Moon more than anything else? Reprints. We need reprints so badly. There is a severe lack of them in Shadows over Innistrad. This has to be rectified. No one's playing counterspells anyway. Print Cavern of Souls. It'll only be in Standard for a little over a year. What about Liliana of the Veil? I know she's a crazy strong walker and there's a legitimate worry about warping the format, but have you seen the format? It's all mass creature strategies and they're all really fast. Don't think Liliana is going to even survive a turn, to be honest. Look, I'm not saying straight up reprint Liliana of the Veil without doing your due diligence. I'm not an R&D. If they deem her too powerful to print, then fine, but if they could fit her in here, it would be a great time to. The lack of reprints in Shadows was disappointing for a lot of players. Use this opportunity to go nuts. Stick some value in there, some real Innistrad value. It's just a thought though. What do you think about our Eldritch Moon most needed cards list? Do you agree, disagree? What do you think needs to be in the set? Better question. What would they need to print to make you excited enough about the set to go buy it? That's the $64,000 question, to be honest. What needs to be in Eldritch Moon for you to care enough? Let me know all your thoughts. I can't wait to hear what you have to say. As always, subscribe for the latest and most reliable Magic the Gathering information you could ever need. This is the Mana Source. I'm Wedge. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. This video is brought to you in part by TCGplayer.com. Here's hoping they actually print some of what we want. If they do, then you might want to get your Relentless Deads right now. That card is crazy strong and has gone down a lot. You can get near mint copies right now on TCG Player for $6 each. 6! It's way cheaper than it's ever been. Take advantage, just in case. Don't want to buy the dead guy. I can understand that. If werewolves become a thing, you'll kick yourself for not getting Arlen Cord sooner. She's only $11.50 right now. That might seem high to you, but her power is real and she's at an all-time low. Take advantage. Click those links, buy what you need, support the channel, everybody's happy.